Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So we continue our reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, Sainya Darshan, observing the armies on the battlefield. And today's verse is 29. So yesterday we saw Arjuna is speaking to Krishna after looking over the Kaurav armies and all the relatives assembled there to fight. And he is expressing his situation. And yesterday he uh, explained that looking at this army, um, my body is squaring and my mouth is drying up. So, two symptoms he gave. And now, today, he will give further explanation about his situation and what are the symptoms he is seeing. So, let us chant the shloka. Vipathuscha sharire me
दीपतुश्च शरीर मे
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
गाण्डीवं श्रांसते हस्तात्
गाण्डीवं संश्रिते हस्तात्
वक्चैव परिधायते धैयते
त्वक्चैव परिदयते
वेपतुश्च शरीरे मे
दीपतुश्च शरीर मे
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
गाण्डीवं श्रंसते हस्ताद्
गाण्डीवं संश्रिते हस्तात्
वक्चैव परिधैयते.
त्वक्चैव
परिदह्यते.
परिदयते.
Okay, please chant. Anybody will like to chant?
वेपतुश्च शरीर मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डीवं संश्रिते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदयते
Okay, anybody else want to try?
वेपुतस्य शरीरे मे रोमहर्षस्य जायते गाण्डीवं
Sati.
संसते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिधायते.
Okay, so let us. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
वेपदुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वक्तैव परिदह्यते.
Okay, thank you. So let us read translation and purport. My whole body is trembling, my hair is standing on end. My bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand and my skin is burning. Purport. There are two kinds of trembling of body and two kinds of standing of hair on the end. Such phenomena occur in either in great spiritual ecstasy or out of great fear under material conditions. There is no fear in transcendental realization. Arjuna's symptoms in this situation are out of material fear, namely loss of life. This is evident from other symptoms also. He became so impatient that his famous bow Gandiva was slipping from his hand, and because his heart was burning within him, he was feeling burning sensation of the skin. All these are due to material conception of life. So here Arjuna continues to explain his situation, and Now, this we see are the effects of his emotions. Two days back, we saw that he became overwhelmed and then he spoke to Krishna. So now he's overwhelming by compassion for the everyone is the emotion that has come out from his heart, and now we are seeing uh, how those emotions are visible in his body, and the result of these emotions or the effect of these emotions we will see in next few shlokas. So if we see this first chapter, generally like uh, people when they study Bhagavad Gita or they read Bhagavad Gita, they think this first chapter is just explanation of general explanation of the armies and blowing of conch shells and Arjuna speaking his how he's feeling like today's shloka. And the main Bhagavad Gita starts in the second chapter when Arjuna surrenders to Krishna and Krishna starts speaking. But I always felt like this first chapter is very important because it creates the mood to understand Bhagavad Gita, and also it gives understanding why the Bhagavad Gita is applicable to all the ages, even in this Kali Yuga, and even to each and every one of us. So, the way Arjuna is expressing his feelings to Krishna or his emotions, uh, and the situation that he is facing, challenge, he is facing a challenge to fight his emotions. And this situation, I think we all face in our day to day life. And we have to go through so many challenges like this every day. And we are so overwhelmed by these challenges and effects of these challenges emotionally, mentally on our and physically on us, that many times we even don't notice what is happening to us. So for example, today I went to temple, and my friend who comes every day for cleaning, he came, and we were just talking, and we said, oh, today is 12th of September. The September month is already half gone. And we were just last month, we were talking that Janmashtami is there. We have to prepare. And now almost 3 weeks are passed of the Janmashtami. And then we thought, like, this year, what exactly we are doing from the beginning of this year. Virus has come, and there had been different news and different informations and so many talks about the virus. The lifestyle changed, work from home started, all these things started, that this year almost 9 months we are just spending our life checking the news about the virus. How many cases today, how many cases yesterday, what's going to happen tomorrow, what is happening in this country, that country, how they are doing, what is the remedy. So all these 9 months we have passed, uh, and still we are passing more days in just counting what is happening around us. And today we suddenly noticed that, oh, then afterwards when I was coming home, I noticed that, yeah, this is the situation that we, at least today we noticed, but many times we even don't notice that we are going through a difficult phase, or we are in anxiety, or we are in stress, or we are have pressure, and that pressure is affecting our emotional and mental state. Many times we even don't notice that uh, what is happening to us, because we don't observe our emotions coming out. And the emotions, like Arjuna is saying, all these emotions, they are visible. There is some reactions in the body that gives indication of our emotions and what the state of mind we are going through. But we got get so much caught in our these challenges and day-to-day life routines that we even forget to notice or observe our real situations. And but Arjuna, even if he's going through this challenge, uh, he is noticing what is happening with him. My body is trembling, my hair is standing on the end, my bogandi is slipping from my skin is burning. So these are all the emotions that are coming out in his body. So physically he is observing, he is noticing what is happening to him. But we many times even don't notice, and we pass so much time in that state. Then after so much time, if we are lucky, we understand that we were going through pain, or we are going through anxiety, or we were going through fear status. So these shlokas that Arjuna's is explaining is very much applicable to ourselves in a way that we have to observe our day-to-day activities and day-to-day emotions. And what is, because this body is now the only source through which the soul which is entrapped in this body, it can express, the consciousness can express the emotions or anything through this body. So sometimes we get headache, sometimes we get body pain, stomach pain. So these are all the symptoms that body is trying to indicate us as something wrong. Like if we have stomach pain, then there are, if no wrong in food or anything, then there is chance of you are in too much stressed out. That's why you are having stomach pain and you need rest. Sometimes we cannot think, even if we have to think important matters, we cannot actually understand what to do, how to do, and we get tired just thinking what to do. So that situation actually indicates that you need rest, your mind needs rest. But we don't observe all these situations, and we just carry on with our life without noticing, without correcting ourselves. And like Shri Prabhupada mentions that there are two stages. Like one is mental, and there is difference between mental conditions. Of course, bodily conditions are totally different. But beyond the bodily conditions, there is mental and there is spiritual, right? So uh, in the mental situations or mental feelings or mental consciousness is that when there is no connection to God or anything related to God, like the devotees of God, or pastimes of God, or talks about the God. There is no relation, there is just relation to the things which are temporary. And for that, we are in great anxiety or attachment. And that is the mental situation, mental condition. And like Arjuna here, he, is in at a mental consciousness level he's talking, because he's talking about the relatives and friends, and they all have to die or he has to kill them. So body is temporary, and the relatives and friends, they are also temporary. In a sense, when we die, it's all going to finish. In that sense, it's temporary. They are real, they are our friends, they are our relatives, till you have this body. In that sense, it is temporary. But Arjuna is talking about them, and seeing them, his situation has changed. So it's totally not on the spiritual level, but it's on the material level. He is talking about this situation. So um, this way, uh, like Arjuna noticing what is happening to him, and he has his friend and guide Krishna, so he can talk and express. So one main point that we can take from this today's or yesterday's shloka is we need to observe our emotions and what state of mind we are going through. And if we are really going through a pain that is at a material level, or that has no connection to dharma or no connection to God, then we have somehow we have to observe, notice, and change that, so that we dovetail our situation to God consciousness, and that helps us to be at a little higher consciousness through which we can lead our life to a better situation. So we have to take some breaks. That is called, like people generally say, introspection. Right? So we have to observe. Daily, we have to observe for some time what happened with us, and do we really know in what state it has happened to us. And then we have chance to correct ourselves and the situation that we are into it. So it's mainly depends on us. Like Arjuna is noticing, he's not totally lost in his mental consciousness, because he is noticing and he is talking what is happening to him. So we should be able to notice and we should be able to express what is happening to me. If we are not able to express our emotions to anyone, then that also is a state where you are not clear what exactly happening to you, because maybe you are in too much anxiety, or you are too much stressed, or you need a time to analyze your situation. So in this way, this first chapter tries to uh, indicate how this Bhagavad Gita is relevant in this time also, and how we all are in a way facing the situations that Arjuna faced 5,000 years back. And that's why whatever questions Arjuna asks, they are relevant for us, and whatever answers Krishna gives, they are more than relevant for us, because they will help us more in because we are not in Arjuna's position. We are much in lower and different position than what Arjuna was in. So we need more in means our need for this knowledge is much higher and much urgency. And from that angle, this first chapter prepares us to relate to Bhagavad Gita, and then we can actually take most benefit of Bhagavad Gita, and we can live the Bhagavad Gita. That is like studying Bhagavad Gita by intelligence, how to apply the teachings. So to apply, first we have to understand that we are in that situation. So these shlokas generally help me also a lot to understand this. So these are a few points from today's shloka that thought can be shared. So if you have any other points or any other realizations that help us to relate to this situation, then please share with us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I want to share my realization.
Mm-hmm.
In the battlefield, there are lots of warriors.
Mm,
So, as Arjuna saw, he had compassion that this many people are going to die.
mm,
Especially, he saw that Drona and Dronacharya and Bhishma there.
mm,
And mm, he had more affection on them comparing to others.
mm,
So that's why he had the symptoms like a trembling, impatient, those things
mm,
happened. Similarly, in our life also we can see this.
mm,
Like when we have more affection with someone, we
mm,
cannot control our emotion
mm,
when we are passed away. For example, if we lose wealth or health, mental health or physical health or something, material things, we can somehow get back.
right.
But if we lose someone, the life is gone. We cannot get back.
Mm,
Mm, even our own self. It's not only others. So death is very very crucial to everyone. So the symptoms automatically comes out. We cannot control. However, the rich or poor, whatever it is, something.
right.
No one cannot control the emotion. That is due to the bodily affection.
Mm,
The more we are loving on someone, we cannot tolerate if somebody else, oh, is it so pity, like this, we leave it, we
right.
feel pity, that's all. But if it's very close people, we cannot. That is due to bodily affection. So the bodily affection gives only misery finally. That I understood.
Yeah, the but yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
but we have to, yeah, please tell me how to
No, no, go
overcome
ahead. Go
the
ahead. Yeah,
burden of affection.
yeah. So, see, affections or attachments are quite natural to this body, and we understand our relationships through these affections, and affections as such, they are not bad, because if you have son or you have wife, you have mother, father, you have affection for them. That is quite natural for anyone to have affection for your dear ones. But that does not mean that that is something that should be avoided. uh, we have our dharma and karma duties that we have to do, and because all these people who have we are affectionate to, they also help us to go forward towards the spiritual or god realizations. So it, if we can engage all these our affectionate people along with us in understanding the higher purpose, then that becomes the strength to move forward on the spiritual or the Athato Brahma Jigyasha, understanding our own self. So these bonds are, if we are able to direct them towards the higher purpose, then they are useful, they are positive. But if in our affections or relationships, if we don't have anything about the higher purpose of the life, then that takes us away from the realizing our self realization process. So in that case, that becomes a bondage, or that becomes a problem. So that's why we should always try to have a lifestyle in which all the people who to whom we are affectionate, and they get help from us, and they also have interest in this self-realization process, then it becomes a advantage for us. And Krishna will tell in answering Arjuna's questions all these doubts that we get, and how to overcome these challenges.
Thank
Because
you, Hare Krishna.
no problem. Thank you for a very nice point. Okay. Thank you very much for joining today and continuing this discussion. So take care, and we'll join tomorrow again to see what Arjuna explains next to Krishna after all these symptoms, and what he will like to do from here onwards. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.